They pleaded. They got it. It's the Sam H. Bloodseeker coming out here in the off lane. It felt like they were running a little bit low on options there for something that could try and deal with these pesky mobile heroes in the AM and the Ember. And so the silence will be the key.
And that is the most horrific set that I've ever seen in my entire life for the Bloodseeker. That's terrifying. We got a close-up of it there just a second ago in the showcase mode. Very, very scary indeed. But yeah, the silence, always something that you got to be super wary of. Relatively low cooldown, right? It's scary. But looking like we might potentially have a little bit of a fight to start things off. Throws the silence up on the high ground, and well, we'll toss the anti-mage back away. So that will put the kibosh on the early aggression, it looks like, as well.
Yeah, we found the counter to the Inkswell. You just tossed them away before they explode. It's all this time, all these Grimstroke games, and finally, Jokum has decided that we have an idea here. But yeah, a little bit of early aggression. It's not often you see them clashing that far before the rune spawn, so we might get a second round of this.
Yeah, absolutely. That Inkswell is going to be back up, but so too will be the toss. See if they're going to be able to make it work, but they lay down the silence, force them out, and just like that, it's going to be a trade-off of 2 bounty runes apiece, most likely. So the things to watch for in this game, panel talked about it a lot already, but we've got some big team fight coming out from T1, and then on the side of Neon, it's all about that anti-mage.
Yeah, whenever you pick this hero, that's the plan. So it won't be any different for Skem, right? At least you know you're going to get a lot of help, right? The team's depending on you, so it's in their best interest to leave those last hits for you, which is always pleasant for you. But yes, the off-lane Bloodseeker, the new hot thing. You already saw contesting the bounty runes. That's like, there's steps for this off-lane Bloodseeker. You see, that's step 1 because Blood Right's broken. And they're going to try and push this advantage again here. And look, see, dude, it's over. Your time is done, Grimstroke.
That's pretty awesome. I like it a lot. I mean, particularly in the ensuing chaos of a tri-lane versus tri-lane, a ton of creeps around, finding that toss back. Very well played by Jokum to salvage any potential kills that they might have had there. So well done there. Mid matchup, we haven't really talked about it much, but it's going to be the Magnus versus the Ember as per normal, as another Blood Right just gets thrown out there to secure some runes. Mag naturally going to have a pretty significant advantage in that one.
Yeah, right clicks, just burn them down. I don't know, maybe there's a play eventually with the Flame Guard there for Yopaj. And top lane's the snoozer. It's you know, Void versus Omni. It seems really good for Miracle, though. Like, the fact that Sam H is down here, this Bloodseeker, just like harassing and annoying and being a part of like the low farm lane, right? And then you get your hard carry in a 1v1 versus an Omni Knight. Seems pretty good.
Dude, did you see that? Now they blinding light push him back. That's like the 3rd or 4th Inkswell that they just haven't been able to connect on afterwards. And now the toss back from Januel, he's in trouble. No dive, still level 1, is going to be brought down very low, but not quite enough for the kill. And yeah, man, this Blood Right, just devastating.
Yeah, this is a pretty big key as to why this hero works in the off lane, because you just have different options with. Number 1, it's 70 mana and it's 120 pure damage.
Yes.
That's some quick math. That's like one of the best level 1 spells in the game. And it's AoE.
Yeah.
Which means not only can you hit multiple heroes, but you can also use it to try and control the wave and decide, like, do I want to push it into the tower? Do I just want to, like, guarantee the range creep? That's the huge thing that, of course, you're always going to hear in a discussion about it, too. As, hey, well, they pull it to the camel. Blood Right.
And this level 2 now as well by the Coddle, getting a point in that Chakra Magic. Now it's like he's going to be able to consistently spam it. Roll down that cooldown. This is going to be some constant harassment for them. Blinding Light pushback as well. I really like this tri-lane a lot. It's super neat.
I'm frankly kind of surprised no one's died yet, though.
Yeah.
It seems like now there's level 2 on the Tiny, it feels like it's a pretty risky business to get anywhere close to him. And they go for the big one in the AM. That's going to be a tough hero.
And now maybe in a little bit of trouble. Blinding Light pushback again, saving Jokum's life. But Januel there, getting the right clicks in, and that will be the first blood as Playhard tries to run away. Sam H trying to stay on top of him. They get the Stroke of Fate pushback, but not able to connect it onto the Bloodseeker. Very interesting. Moving speed is pretty helpful for Playhard trying to get the Inkswells. Hasn't been there, but the Blood Right too, just like dodging out. Might I need some boots on everybody. Oh man, you're not wrong.
Yeah, Jokum's just right back at it though, and he's already diving back towards him. He planted an obs in plain sight on the camp and got like instantly dewarded by Play Hard, so that's also why we're still having all these battles in the neutral camps. As Play Hard goes for another pull.
And does manage to connect it, but will they be able to keep well control of this lane? They also got a side pull off on the other angle, and this is going to be the Phoenix. Managed to get the dive, but he's coming back. That is the downside to his silence. The blinding light pushback will eventually be able to get the kill onto that Phoenix. And now the right clicks over on Yokum. Skem also pretty deep in here, and maybe going to lose his courier. Sam H comes on in and takes that down as well. So why not? Right. Stroke of Fate going to connect, has Blink Dagger, or Blink back up again in a second. And we'll try and run them down. Blinding Light pushback again. He can't stay on a target. It's just not quite enough there. Now they can have a re-injection of mana. Another toss. Very brawly down bottom.
Skem didn't lose more HP through all that. Wasn't really the worst trade. Now, sneaky backline here from John Yuel. He's got the bounty on the high ground.
Okay.
And this might result in getting all 4. They just dive on Skem instead of going for the rune.
Oh my god, they are going to get the silence, which is kind of rough, but stick charges, he's fine. Turn back on Yokum, Play Hard, moving in. They have the blinding light pushback, which is going to get him caught in the silence. So again, no opportunity for an Inkswell, but as you said, getting those bounties. Yeah,
unless In Your Dream goes cross country for that other one, which he's not going to. That is going to be all 4. Secured for Neon.
Big pickup.
Now he skewers over though.
Yeah, they want to try and get a return kill here in exchange for those bounties that they lose. But Genuel going to take them on a bit of a walk. Has dive again in a second, but the avalanche is there. Secures the finish.
Yeah, so he didn't actually grab it when he initially came up here, huh?
No.
Got a little bit too involved going for the kill, but at least he got back there before they were able to get it for the mag. That's worth.
Totally.
Now first blood, getting another bounty. Moral victory of having all 4, you know. Oh, double bash up top. Triple bash. All right, Miracle's got some serious bash.
Yeah, you can see very quick arcanes picked up here for JG. This lane has gone fairly well for the Omni Knight. Everybody gained a good amount of farm. The only one that's really lagging behind right now is going to be Skem on the Anti-Mage, who has been a little bit pushed back in this bottom lane. But, you know, this is kind of okay, I think, at this point in time.
For now. But you can't let it get out of hand.
And level 6, Yopaj on top of him. Try to go for the blinding light pushback, but the damage is there. RP used, but he dies. Whoa, Yopaj is stunned. They managed to bring down that Magnus. Big plays.
That's all the remnants, though. But seems like Yopaj is fine. Where did... Yeah, Tiny's gone back. It's just running at Skem. I don't know why I looked anywhere else for him. So as long as there's no threat then on the mid lane to Yopaj, then he's fine even without these remnants.
Yeah, they don't really feel like they want to make any concerted effort towards there. And obviously very difficult to take down In Your Dream again, even with the Grimstroke nearby. Play hard. So it's sort of settled down into everybody staying up top, but then 2 heroes mid, 2 heroes bottom for each team. So let's see where these first rotations make their way at. Maybe an early Chronosphere could be a pretty nice attempt at a kill if they can find some extra damage to throw into it. That's kind of one of the problems I sort of see as Ember brought down very low farming in the jungle, and well, Bloodseeker sees him. Meanwhile, roll away from Januel. He's able to escape. And Yokum's still chasing. Not going to go after him all the way.
Yeah, not quite. Still no boots on the Phoenix, so pretty slow, but we'll be all right now. And AM is finally out here. It's had enough. Says, all right, GG, I know it's cool and all. You're not me. You're the top net worth, whatever. I got to come up here because they've made the rotation. We have the Obs Ward in the lane. I am not getting chronoed.
Yeah, he doesn't want to be here anymore. So, wise decision. Miracle makes that rotation down bottom. Might be able to kill off the Phoenix here, who is just level 3. That's the downside to the tri-lane for sure. It's a hero that loves to get a little bit more.
I kind of like committing for this, though. Like, 8.5 minutes. You know the AM's not going to do anything up top.
Right.
And they can't really fight you. Unless JG comes down here like with the Ember, and even then that's going to be a tough one.
Well, they are bringing in some heroes for the moment. JG already here. And
He doesn't have any points in the Heavenly Grace, though, so like, he's not that good at helping someone in a team fight right now.
they're just going to drop the Chrono, and well, there's the Heavenly Grace, but he dies to the pure damage anyways. Interesting. Very interesting.
I mean, there's still 4 heroes here for a pretty long time, and with that Chrono drop, they can't finish it.
Yeah. Well, okay. That sets them up to have a tower alive. JG can keep farming bottom, and there's a bunch of space created for Neon. Looking good.
Got a lot of waves in Skem's hand, that's for sure. And total freedom up there. But you can imagine that SamH will be right back into chasing him pretty soon. Already has the Veil done, and looks like he's just queuing straight into that Yule. So same build that we've been seeing from the offlane Bloodseekers that have ventured into the pro matches so far.
Yes. Yeah, very classic one there. And, well, he is just going to retreat a little bit. Hits level 6 now, so does have that Rupture available as they're going in on him. Skewer pulls him back underneath the tower, still finds the sun.
Oh, that Phantom.
Invis as well looks for the RP, doesn't end up popping it. They're going to pop the Rupture instead onto Yopaj, who's going to Remnant away. Silence is there. Another Remnant jumps out, and that keeps him alive. Good job there not to do any panic moves. Good that he keeps it all fine and dandy.
Yeah, Bloodseeker has useful tools versus the Ember, but not as like the initiator, right? Like he needs someone else to do something to like actually connect the blood right.
Yeah.
You would hope that your Ember's not just gonna get like raw blood righted by a Bloodseeker.
Yeah, that's not a recipe for success. But the plus side about this for SamH is he's also a Bloodseeker that gets some power. So that will be real nice for him. As the Remnant forward damage. And able to find him with the Remnant. Sleight of Fist dodges the blood right. That's the downside to it. As they burn him down, he will end up falling. Yopaj looking for a bit more. You got to be careful though. In your dream, off to the side, waiting for the pull-in. Skewer catches on to play hard. Yopaj does not have any Remnants out. So he is just going to go for the walkaways. In your dream could pull him back in if they want to go for it. As we will have a short pause here.
Oh, yeah, looks like JG's having a little nap, a little snooze.
Well, he'll be back, surely.
All right, well, Skem's still up here, and obviously he has the Mana Void, but not the easiest of targets. Although there's one juicy Coddle.
Yeah, that would be a nice one.
Was it 0.8 damage move? That's I mean, they only have one of the bolas. The RP's there. Maybe just let him slide.
Yeah, it's a possibility. And
just this one time.
Yeah. You don't need to get all kinds of crazy right now, it feels like. As Yopaj hits the creeps on his way past. Skem gonna finish up farming him. Already has the Mask of Madness done.
Yeah, Paulson did get that ward though. Nice sentry drop. Well, that's gonna hurt Yopaj's rotations. He instantly drops an obs on it too. Yeah, this is a nice place for a ward.
Keeps some pretty good vision off to the side there. So, state of the game, very even across the board. It feels like Anti-Mage has been able to get out of the laning stage pretty unhampered. But likewise, Faceless Void is pretty farmed right now. They're both got the Mask of Madness. If you do manage to find one of them, as the Silence is going to land onto the Ember and trying to chase down SamH a little bit here. He does have a DD also on Yopaj. So he's moving in there, trying to tempt a little bit of Fate. Rupture is out, and, well, gonna jump away after Will-O-Wisp is down, but no, he gets the second one away!
He just dodged the, what?
Dude.
Will-O-Wisp and Chrono?
Wall ruptured? They did pop the Supernova for that one, but what a play! Yopaj. Dude, they're ready to fight now. They're like, all right, they used everything.
Yeah, and he still has that DD as you pointed out before, so he's like coming back buffed.
Yep, and jump forward. That's the one remnant he has, but that's more than enough. As Paulison caught, rooted on Yokum. They're going to try and bring him down. And they get the kill, though.
Armor.
And in your dream, RP's available. They got to back away. This is dangerous. It's far too much damage. Damn, dude. Looking good. Meanwhile, they pop the Guardian Angel, Silence, can't jump out of there with the skewer. And meanwhile, the stun is not going to land. Miracle turns, wants to get the punches out there onto them. Sam H also going. Yopaj pull back in Silence.
That was good.
But the Heavenly Grace immediately there afterwards. So they're keeping everybody alive, with the exception of the Grimstroke right now, as Yopaj still there with the DD. It's wearing off now. And he's going to just play so freely with that Omni Knight behind him.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
He doesn't really have anything to be concerned about, does he? Like, I mean, once the Chrono and the RPs dropped, clearly.
Right.
But yeah, at that point, it was just like too much protection being there.
And even the silence from, you know, the Bloodseeker. You've got the Heavenly Grace right afterwards. Status resistance is there as well. The only thing I feel like you really need to worry about is that Chrono. Well,
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
14 minutes. They find the route there onto the Bloodseeker. Trying to run him down a little bit. Has the urn. Chase is continuing. The RP attempted it. Catches on to both. Is pretty big. But the Sunray is healing them all up afterwards. Burning them down. Yopaj still living as the chase is there. Supernova. The root. It comes out again. Can they bring down the egg? They will. I'm trying to make something else of this one. JG is down very low. So Will-O-Wisp is going to connect
nice
and forcing them away. The only ones left, the Ember and of course the Anti-Mage. Skem just continues to farm.
Toss to bash is apparently a true combo there. So that's going to save them a little bit. Nice Will-O-Wisp too. That egg, pretty precarious situation for a moment there for T1, but Polson just able to save it there. And that's going to be a constant battle throughout this too, right? It's just like trying to take down this Will-O-Wisp, trying to take down the egg. The egg just feels quite a bit easier to destroy, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's the problem, at least for the moment. And we did see some amount of help that Sunray has gotten from the Phoenix right now. Genuel going for 3 points in it early on here, as opposed to maxing out the Fire Spirit. So this is, I think, sort of been a bit of a revelation over time. Has been Phoenix playing much more around the Sunray than just the Supernova.
I mean, they just nerfed one spell on Phoenix, so people just start maxing the other one because the hero's still busted.
It's true.
You know? And just like they finally hit Fire Spirits enough that it's like, okay, all right, whatever. I'll just go with the other really broken spell.
It's true. That's why you like seeing the hero.
3 Spirit Vessel charges now. As they smoke up with Play Hard, they want to send in another jacked up Ember. He's looking for some prey here.
God, they need a purge.
I know, but I mean, that is the Oracle Ench. They're valuable for a good reason. And they got the cheap ones.
They definitely do. It's going to be a slow and steady beat down here at least. As Yopaj again shows himself in the mid lane, keeps that catapult alive. And looks like they want to try and pressure this tower again. So should be able to secure this with the catapult coming in and just the right clicks from the Ember. As down bottom, you can see Mag continuing to farm up. In your dream, trying to get towards that Blink Dagger. And Chrono gonna land. The Sunray comes in from the other side, healing him back up. Can they keep him alive? With the Will-O-Wisp, it is not going to happen. And now, gonna find that Rupture. Play Hard just TPing away. JG, they toss him. All right, the Rupture toss. And Play Hard gonna get bashed to death. No chance. Another catch there. Genuel is gonna try and dive away from there. Your dream pulls back in again, but big plays from T1.
Yeah, with these empowers, you know they're going to be taking objectives too. That's a big fight for them because it's a fight that they're winning before the Blink Dagger on In Your Dream. And once that comes out, it's even easier. And look at JG, like, he knows that once the Chrono's gone, it's, not quite that scary. Plus, he's ridiculously tanky right now.
And can throw this Heavenly Grace onto Yopaj. Status resistance is there, along with all that extra survivability. Yopaj has to jump away now, as they just blow up the Omni Knight. He stepped far too far forward. And the RP making brilliant use of it. And root onto 2.
Mech.
Yeah,
I think he just thought he'd have a chance to get it off for sure, but then he just got Avalanche and RP'd, and of course he had Heavenly Graced his Ember and not himself.
Right. Sunray out again, not able to break that with the Avalanche. Silence taking a lot of damage there, but the jump forward again. Miracle finding it, gonna pop the Supernova yet again. Forced to run away. Root is there onto 2. Meanwhile, find a Mana Void on the backside of it. Skem gonna be under control, in a ton of trouble. The beatdown is coming, and Skem nowhere left to go. He showed up for the fight, but he got owned.
I can't believe he just lived on that tiny. He stuck around at like 80 HP, and he got Spirit Vesseled, and he still managed to come back up with a full round of spells. That made such a big difference to stick around like that. Oh, that next level play that's like so dangerous, but it pays off when it really does.
Particularly around like all that AoE damage that you've got on Neon as well, right? Like everything from Phoenix, the Ember Spirit can just like randomly hit you, the Sleight of Fist. But recognizing he was safe where he was, and they capitalized beautifully. That was like
that's
Battle Fury.
You know, yeah, just trying to slow down Skem, because this is where he's trying to accelerate as fast as he can. And In Your Dream is still sitting on like 2,700 gold, but it has not bought the Blink, interestingly enough.
Okay. What is he thinking about here? I don't even know what like the other greedy item would be.
I don't even know what else would feel that great. Like going Bloodthorn or something? Like
that's like Radiance, maybe? Usually when you keep around that gold, that's the item, but it sounds horrendous. Maybe he is, though.
Maybe he wants the Nullifier. Maybe that's... Yes, I will go straight for it.
Well, he is going to go straight to the grave unless he buys something quickly. In a lot of trouble, 3,000 gold, and he just loses cash off of it. Doesn't buy anything.
We're not blinking.
Okay, Will-O-Wisp pulls him in, Avalanche Toss, catch onto 2. A really big jump in now, trying to control him. They have Chronosphere, don't want to use it on Just Play Hard, but JG right there for the turnaround. They've already lost the mag and the Caudal, actually. So this fight not going the way the T1 hoped it would.
Oh, and the extra catch on the Miracle.
Oh, one last punch is going to be there. They get the silence onto the Ember Spirit, but Miracle going to get caught there, and Skem on top of him needs a billion bashes and a few more on top of that. As they chase, they run in, and has a jump in just a moment, but the root is there to end his life. Huge win for Neon.
Yopaj gets the 5x kill streak, too. So just putting him closer back to the top where he once was. All right, so what's... Oh, it's all right. In Your Dream did just end up buying the Blink, so...
Okay.
I like that decision. I do think they still need, like, big RPs right now. I don't think you can go, like, straight BKB or some damage item.
No, I think particularly after that fight, it showed the issues that they've got. And, I mean, I guess... sort of, I don't know if it was a decision to take the fight after In Your Dream was already dead or what, but... I mean, whatever it was, that was a... pretty quickly seen as a bad decision.
Yeah. The other part is that like that RP can lead to so much for them, especially if you hit the blood right, because there's still no answers, right? Like if you get silenced right now, you're stuck. Assuming you catch the Omni too, that is.
Right. And it looks like Omni's actually going to get the Guardian Greaves delivered to him in just a moment here.
Oh, there you go.
Or he's going Midas. Wait, is he going to stop off for Midas before he goes GG boots?
Yeah, he's had it queued for a while.
Maybe that's what Mag wanted.
Yeah, seriously. That is a really tough call. I mean, Midas has always been very good on Omni. Just because it feels like you don't need that many items, but you really want the levels. And then, of course, like if you can get like the big items later, it still feels really good.
Right.
Oh, it's a tough call.
If you go Greaves right now, then you're probably not going to get those big items later.
Yeah, it's probably like your last like, big
RP.
Oh, man.
Oh, they get him. Yeah, but now you got to run. Now you got to get out of here. In some trouble. JG going to give himself the status resistance and diving off to the side. Can just make the runaway happen, it looks like. So he gets a heal. Okam showing up, wants to grab himself a pesky little Phoenix, and, well, they'll get him.
That's where JG can say, look, I live. I can buy Midas. I don't need the Greaves, guys.
I like it. It's going to... thought about it. He's going to TP out there. Mask of Madness. Oh, Yokum, this is not an easy kill, but with the Grimstroke, maybe they can make it happen. Inkswell on top of him as well. Mana Void is there. They blow him up. Just like that. Big win for Skem.
And he just runs alongside Paulson for a second. Before they part ways.
It is a 1,000 gold lead right now for T1, but I would not feel entirely confident about this.
Defensive Chrono.
I've never seen the Phantom stopped by a Chrono before.
Yeah, that's a fun one.
And chase down Yopaj here as well. They don't have RP available. He's going to jump away from that silence. Leashed up onto 2, but they will escape. For the moment, at least. Yopaj still looking for more. Another Sleight of Fist change combo. Going to connect now onto that Coddle. Taking a lot of damage. Juke's back the other way. Is he going to burn down? It looks like he will with the Spirit Vessel.
They go from TP to the T1.
And looks like he's fine. In the meantime, my man JG getting the Midas.
And so try not to die before you get the Greaves at the very least, so your team doesn't get super upset.
There you go.
Yeah, now typically with the Midas build on the Omni, that's where we think about like these the Radiances and the S and Ys and those kind of style Omnis. When it's like the pure defensive Omni, I wonder what he's even gonna want. Like maybe like a BKB for himself. I mean, it's always nice to get like Aether and Blink too. Probably that actually.
Yeah. You could go Ags or something also, since AM's probably going to be away from him a lot.
Yeah, the Ags is like super value versus in power lineups.
Can't quite catch there. I don't know. I'm feeling quite good about Neon's game right now. If I had to put money on something, it feels like it's sort of everything going the way that they want it to at this point.
I think the big problem is that their style kind of runs out of steam in like 10 minutes or so, or like maybe even a little bit sooner. With this idea of like the ink swell stuff, it's already starting to kind of get weakened.
Right.
And their team fight is like egg. They don't really have like great soulbind options. And then you're facing RP and Chrono and Will-O-Wisp. It's like they have the matching thing to your egg with the Will-O-Wisp, and then they have like 2 more team fight spells you don't have.
Yeah, that's true. That does make things a little bit tougher. And I guess that there isn't really a way to solve that necessarily. I do say that this Miracle rushing the Aghanims is always so interesting to me. On the Faceless Void.
Yeah, it's kind of cool with the Meg, though. It's almost like a soft initiation for RP.
Right.
Like, you know how if you like just jump in onto an Ember, you never know if it's just gonna like remnant out or dodge or something to try and RP. But if the Faceless Void just jumps first and gets that guaranteed bash, that's like a little window at least for you as in your dream to like maybe go in.
I guess it's the same thing for the AM too, like being able to blink away afterwards. Yeah, in the midst of it. So yeah, something good to watch for there. Do have the cooldown on Blink talent right now for Skem, as they are pressuring the bottom lane. Level 20 for him. And has Manta gonna pop it. Meanwhile, Yopaj ends up pretty close, but they won't go any further, it looks like. Do not want to cross that river.
Alright, well, if Skem doesn't get RP'd or Chrono, they can probably win most fights.
Okay.
I think that's pretty fair. So yeah, just don't get hit, Skem. Typical AM plan.
Exactly. I mean, he does have like some defensive capabilities from his friends around here, but it's not great. Really needs to get more out of that Omni as far as like positioning tools and stuff. Feels like. And actually, speaking of Omni, he's way over here and is going to have already popped the GA just to run away from the rest of T1.
Yeah, it looks like they're trying to find a fight win into Roche here, right? Whenever you're like hunting around this area, that's the goal. They're going to smoke up too. They've sent Miracle into the wave. They just don't want the rest of their positions to be known. There's no raiding obs. I don't think saw that, but they've now passed through a couple observers. So see if they can catch them off guard. They're actually hurting them towards the Dire Basin. There's a big ticket. Oh, that's a good one.
Can they get him? Avalanche toss with the silence afterwards. Sleight of Fist jumps away. Gets out of there. Wow. Timing was not quite on point, and so they are able to escape with the Ember.
And they actually had him without the Omni and before a defensive item.
Yeah. And in the meantime, they're just chasing him. Skem is pushing bottom lane, taking the tower.
And they're still going to force the Roche, it looks like, even though they didn't get their kill. But perhaps because, as you said, they just see Skem destroying their tower down bottom.
It's not dropping that quickly. Do they have an inkling that this is going on? Do they want to contest it? Yopaj is nearby, but I think that they're just going to get this one.
All those
break.
melee heroes, too. If they got that egg on the backside of the Roche pit.
Ooh. Oh, Remnant's in, jumps in, tries to get it, snatched at the Aegis. They got the last hit, but they are likely going to lose the Ember, but he's actually not taking that much damage. Yopaj able to live, turns this back around, finds a both, and will find possibly a kill there on Yokum. They're coming back in just a moment with Miracle, but no more Chronosphere. Skem jumps on top of him, completely out of mana at this point, but they give him a little bit more, not gonna work. Mana Void is there. 3 dead, about to be 4. Neon playing this perfect.
Yeah, that was a really good egg too. Like first there was the stun ray that came out from Jonuel, and then he just dumped the egg because it guaranteed that In Your Dream was just stuck hitting the egg the whole time, so he couldn't actually capitalize on the fight. He didn't even get off an RP. Wow. He was also chasing Playhard at one point during that team fight too. He pretty much spent his whole time just walking at supports while his team was getting dumpstered in the pit.
Yeah, man. And taking a look at this replay immediately afterwards, they caught it at like the last possible second.
Yeah, and there you see the Fire Spirits, the Sun Ray, so then he heads onto the egg, and the egg comes out, and now they're just messing with Yopaj and Skem in the pit.
And I guess the other big problem there was that they got the Soulbind on, so Miracle couldn't jump out.
Yes.
They were stuck together. Well, very impressive showing, and now back into the real world. High ground is being assaulted by Neon. They're already there, and Magnus not back up again for 10 more seconds. It looks like with the tier 3 going down, it will be a retreat by Neon.
Yep, so tier 3 is not as valuable, of course, as they used to be, but still helps to apply some pressure down that mid lane as the 27-minute plus tier items of the 3rd shall be gathered.
Wow.
That's how I always talk about neutral items.
Sound like some goddamn like Roman Colosseum
the old
person.
English explanation of neutral items.
And yore there was, hark and hear me, fellow peasants. 27
You never
minutes.
hear about the second.
No.
Like if I want to start a line of Trent the second, if I just drop a Trent out next.
Do you know
kid,
why? Because it's called Junior.
Oh yeah, you're right. No wonder no one wants to be a junior. That's
right.
Exactly the problem.
Exactly.
That's why there's no thirds anymore.
Yeah, that's true. Well, 6,000 gold lead right now as we pontificate more on the decisions that parents make, whether good or bad. But it has a feeling like it's probably going to be waiting for the next Roche before there's like another high ground push, unless there's some catastrophic mistake by one team or the other. But how do you see T1 sort of pulling this one back now? Because it feels like it's kind of fallen a little bit out of their hands.
Yeah, I don't know. The game was like pretty even, and then suddenly it felt like Neon kind of got that last little timing window that they had. We're talking about how like, oh, it's gonna start looking a little bit harder with like these sort of like single tire initiations, like the Inkswell style. But I mean, when you hit a giant Inkswell like that in the middle of the Roche pit, it's like the perfect terrain for them to fight. And that Soulbind, as you pointed out before, just doing so much. But it's still big team fight spells are quite scary here from T1. Do we have all their defensive items? I mean, yeah, I guess that really is the key, right? The 10-second BKB on Yopaj.
Oh my god, and they got him again. Soulbind onto 2. One of them's Miracle. Yopaj jumping into the midst, trying to find the kill. Almost able to get Miracle. Is he gonna drop to get the silence afterwards? He dies. Sunray does it to him with Yopaj securing the kill and finding more as Paulisen, well, does he get out of there? Don't have any way to break the TP. So at least one escapes, but I don't think it's the one they wanted to.
Was he silenced that whole time?
I think so.
I think he was. I just don't think he could shake it. Double Soulbind is brutal.
Yeah, it's pretty devastating. I mean, just not being able to jump anywhere, and he like doesn't have an answer to it.
No, I mean, oh yeah, there's our replay.
So yeah, once he's soulbound, he just can't do anything.
Yeah, it's like they managed to kill the silence, but by then he gets stunned after by the Inkswell and just dies right away.
Now, unfortunate for Miracle, who goes down again, and Skem gonna keep hitting away at buildings. Does not appear to care that much about the silence as he hits some creeps afterwards.
We're talking about big spells. They're not casting them though.
No, it's not happening. 10 seconds until Faceless Void is back up, but will he have any friends when he comes back? Root is there. Sam H in trouble. Yule Scepter trying to keep him alive, while Yokum, left in no man's land, gets blown up and they don't have an answer.
It feels like they're just fighting for the last set of racks. Like mid is basically just gone.
It's true.
Although In Your Dream's got the spin moves.
Middle barracks.
Keeping the
That's right.
spirits high, you can see.
Yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do, man.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Tier 3 tower number 2 being assaulted. They have RP, but again, they find him. In Your Dream off in the trees. Still being fine there. Miracle trying to find a bit of a wraparound. Does have Empower on him, but just does not have the damage. And he's actually just going to farm.
Dire's structures
He's given up on defending these racks. They're getting them. Miracle.
Well, I don't know if that's going to work.
I mean, it won't work for keeping the buildings alive, but he's got bigger plans apparently.
He's actually just hitting the neutral. All right, Miracle's done.
Yeah, Miracle. I think he feels like he can't fight until he gets the MKB, I guess. But, I mean,
Dire's bottom barracks
dude is just like AFK farming over there on the opposite side of the map. And
He knew, though. He somehow he knew they would not be able to get that last range rack, so the game survives. Not
There you go.
Megas.
Oh, they still have top 2.
And
Yeah.
that entire lane on the other side, yes.
But he's almost got his MKB. That is probably what he was waiting for. Has a chance at getting a courier snipe here as well. Ooh, it's hiding. And there's the MKB, but they spotted him. I don't think they're going to be able to run him down. Tough stuff for T1.
All right. They got spells, though. Oh, that's an Orchid, though. Damn, the punish here from Skem. Saying he's like looking at Miracle. He's like, really? Still no BKB? It's like, I'm one of the Omni, right?
I will say every time I've seen an AM build a pro game, an Orchid in a pro game in the last like 2 months, they've lost.
All right, perfect. This is the turnaround catalyst for them then. I mean, he
Yeah.
has the Manta, of course, but there's so many things that he's already dealing with.
Yeah.
It's not
Oh
cheap,
God.
the gear I
Is he
need.
gonna blink up there? No. Okay. Keeping it safe.
Now that would have been the turnaround.
Yeah.
If
He would have
AM
died.
just blinks into our whole team.
Here, take the game. Yeah, it's oftentimes where you get this situation where you're like, all right, well, now, you know, we've got the disassembled Mask of Madness, so I can build this into, you know, an Echo Saber. I can build it into an Orchid, and then all of a sudden, no, you just lose the game because you don't have a BKB. But we will
They're up
see.
with Omni's talents. They're basically just the unnerf the hero talents.
Right.
It's like giving back the old cooldowns for spells.
It's like, man, that hero was really good.
Yeah. Would you like to play 7.20 Omni?
Unbelievable. Now, they push out the bottom lane yet again. It is a long Roche respawn time. This has got to favor T1 here. As Miracle
Yeah, I would
also
say so.
trying to get
Yeah.
towards BKB.
They just need those defensive items.
Oh yeah.
All right, what's the play? How can we save this game as T1? I mean, Chrono and RP. Very good. Who do we even go after, though? Is it AM?
Yeah,
Oh, she's the Bloodthorn now. Ooh, spooky hero.
a lot of damage.
How about a
Get
haste
on
rune to go
top
on
of
top
them.
of it?
And Yopaj, God, he's got the stats resistance on him. It just does not take that much damage. Jumps away. RP catches onto 2. Is it going to be enough? They're looking for the follow-up afterwards. Skewer's there, but they have the GA. Turning, trying to kill off this Omni Knight. They jump to the side, and that is going to be a supernova. Looking pretty good, at least for the moment for Neon. Now the turn, disarmed by Skem. Trying to jump away, but there's going to be the Chrono. It's absolutely huge. Getting the demolish out, but JG was outside of it.
Manta down.
Still goes down and no buyback. Dude, I told you every single time. Every time.
It always happens.
Every game. The big play, appreciating the greatness of In Your Dream.
Oh my god, that cleave damage is absurd right now from Miracle, though.
Yeah.
He was just swinging away in that fight. Like, sure, he doesn't have the BKB, but damn, he's got the damage.
Too true. Now, the only downside right here for T1 is that it is a long Roche respawn. It's still 47 seconds, but it might still be enough before AM is back up again. We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, I don't know. It's going to be a really tight window because they're not going to have their Chrono. and they cannot fight without Chrono. There's like absolutely no way they kill Skem without Chrono or RP. They need at least one of the two.
Yeah. And as
In
much
fact,
as
I don't think they can physically kill him. I guess unless he just gets perma-bashed.
as much as the panel was liking this Bloodseeker, I really have not been feeling the impact of the offlane Bloodseeker. I don't know. It's been a rough one a little bit for Mr. Sam H, I feel.
I think it's supposed to be more of like a snowbally thing. So
Right.
he missed out on a lot of his opportunities. I mean, we saw what happened. Like,
Yeah.
he just missed on the first like 3 big ganks on enemy core. Where if it just weren't for an Ember, those heroes would have died. You know.
Yeah.
Now, of course, there's not really a good excuse when it's like 9th pick or whatever. So
Yeah.
or 10th pick, whatever it was.
Well, and I think there probably have been some instances where maybe we've missed a Blood Rage or something that was helping them to
for
kill
sure.
the egg that much
Yes.
faster. But
yeah, it has hidden value 100% too. Like,
Right.
there's definitely a bunch of damage. I'm sure part of the reason why Miracle just absolutely destroyed that last fight is because he probably had a buff.
right.
So that part's hard to see. Now this will be a little bit more visually stimulating, as he has 2 ruptures that I can keep track of. You know, big loud noise,
Easy.
gushing blood.
Well, Skem, he's in the pit, and they will spot him. Paulson gonna go for the D
Olsen,
ward.
the bravest D ward I've ever seen.
That was kind of crazy.
Yeah, there was nothing to. I guess there was Blink Skewer. Maybe he was just hoping for the biggest of fates.
They do have a gem here on Yopaj. And looks like
He doesn't have his Omni right now. If they can pull him back, that could have been something. But
It's not
Yokum not
easy.
going for the big jump.
Well, 40-minute mark coming up now as we get closer, and it looks like they will be able to hold each of them their own outposts.
Yeah, look how far back Neon went though.
Yeah.
They just fanned out, I guess, for the neutrals. Do they not have the last one yet? No, they do.
Yeah, I guess just trying to push the waves. The downside to this is that, like, basically T1, I guess, are going to have to deal with their lanes, right? Like, bottom is
Yeah,
going to
but their
be
wave
pushing
player is
it.
actually pretty good. Like, they have Coddle, Tiny, and Bloodseeker is, like, the side. Like, and then you have Void and Magnus, so it's completely fine. Everyone can push waves.
Yeah. Wow, this rupture cast range also.
The couriers are scouting.
Okay.
They've already got 1.
Gotta be careful. It is a lot of damage in there. Bashed by Roche. Blinks out afterwards. Miracle was thinking about jumping, but decides not to. Roche down to half HP. And again, bottom lane is pushing in. Nobody is there to defend it right now for T1. Somebody needs to go back or they're going to lose that Rax.
I mean, it's just a ranged Rax. I don't think
Yeah.
you have to win this fight. I actually don't think you can go back.
It's too scary. And they're sending back the Coddle, but the jump up onto the
do
high
it.
ground. Yopaj is there, right up here, already on him. Now trying to skewer, but the BKB comes out, and they're able to find the Hex. Miracle looking for the Chronosphere. Does he want to drop it? He won't. So they back away yet again. Yopaj going to be tossed in your dreams, still looking and still alive.
Oh, Miracle didn't
Meanwhile,
want to
the
rip it.
bash. Rooted, rupture yet again, trying to walk away from here, but he's in some trouble. Silence is going to be there. They jump into the pit, able to find him. Skem, he's getting caught on, bashed by Roach. They're not able to get the Aegis yet. Meanwhile, Will-O-Wisp drops down. The Aegis is so low. Skem pushed down. The Aegis is on the ground, but nobody's getting it. They're able to stand the Aegis. Paulison, the god. They find the Chronosphere and just going to run away. Dude, Paulison, what a player. You got the cheese, too. Dude, that's how you know you're the greatest support. You never have items, so you can snatch the Aegis.
Let me go, team.
But in the meantime, Skem jumping in, trying to find him, and almost able to get the kill. There is a rupture, and Skewer back afterwards. RP, round 2,
Oh,
Skem!
no.
He goes down!
Oh, that's a fast tip from Polson. That's when you're dead, you always have your finger ready.
Again, no buyback on the anti-mage. 400 gold away.
It's not in my nature, but
Dude. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter that much, but if they want to, they can try and push down the lane a little bit here. Surely. I guess not with Chrono. That's the tough part.
And Ember was the only buyback, right? Yeah. After Yopaj died.
Welcome. Thinking about a chase down, but won't be able to get him. So yeah, it might not end up mattering that they don't have buyback on the anti-mage, as they're just
Man.
going to try and control the waves.
They were so close to making that work too. With like, I think Yopash was kind of trying to burn the RP in the chrono. With the way he was playing, like diving way ahead of his entire team, he wasn't looking for allies. He was just like buffed up and going as deep as he could. And we saw several times where Miracle could have chronoed to kill him, but he held it instead, eventually getting the kill just from the burn down pretty much from the Bloodseeker. And if they didn't have that, then who knows what would have happened with that actual Aegis snatch, right? As we do have, this is where Yopash died.
Yes, and he just ends up getting brought down there, and Skem almost able to finish it. The bash by Roche that was in there too, like
I mean, the timings for the Will-O-Wisp as well, everything was just so perfect.
And they end up being able to save it. Oh, what a save. And getting the cheese too.
Under attack.
Yeah, Paulson just like surfed in there on the Force Staff. That looks so comical. The little moose caribou legs are just swinging around.
Yeah, very pretty. But they have cheese now on Magnus. Miracle, he has gone for the backtrack talent, which nowadays breakable for all you fine folks out there.
Yeah, nice catch. The fresh patch.
Yeah. I don't think they have any breaks though, and I don't think it matters that much, but you know,
Hey,
fun facts.
trivia matters.
True, too. Man, this is going to be interesting though. As Skem gets further and further ahead, he's still refusing to buy a BKB. He wants to go instead for the Abyssal Blade. Don't know if it's going to end up mattering that much, but there have been a couple of instances there. This In Your Dream, Silver Edged himself. Big old jump in from Miracle. God, that's so much damage.
I've mostly just been researching the difference between elk, caribou, and reindeer, if I can be honest with you, because I'm not sure what one Polison's riding. Because I knew caribou and reindeer are the same thing, but then I wasn't sure what an elk is.
Yeah, an elk is different.
After my investigation, it kind of looks like an elk.
Okay. Yeah, so I think caribou or reindeer are just domesticated caribou, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
I don't know.
I think the Europeans just call them reindeer and we call them caribou.
Got it. Fair enough.
Judging by the antler shape.
All right, David Attenborough.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a tough one. We'll have to ask the sex creator.
I'm down with it.
Uh,
So still an 8,000 gold lead. That mattering significantly less
What?
than the 2 racks that are going.
oh,
Yeah, there's
this
Dota.
Dota game. Oh, sorry.
No
All right,
problem,
okay.
man.
Continue. Yeah, we're waiting on Roche. It's 45 seconds until the Aegis will be gone, and Okada already lost it.
Yeah,
so
right,
that's what the life is.
Pretty much.
It's basically like no one wants to do anything until you have like the firm. We left the pit with everything.
Too true. There is always that sort of like inkling in your back of your head that's like, well, maybe if we smoke out, we can catch them right here, and they won't be prepared for it or something. But then they always are. Then you end up like losing the whole game and feel bad, you know, go on and rage pub.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a good time.
Yeah, I bet there have been some real bad moments when a pro player loses at one of these games like this, especially now that we're in online, so it's not even like at LAN where they just like go down to eat or something.
Yeah.
They might queue into your pub and just be so mean.
It's true. Or just like really sad, you know, and dejected, like, okay.
They're just
play
losing
mid.
mid in your team, and then you just say one thing and suddenly just set them off.
Yeah.
Gotta watch out.
You don't know what people are dealing with, folks. Treat everybody nice. That's the key
Or
to
just
life.
win your pub so you're not tilted. How about that?
That's true too.
Boom. Take
Scam.
bonus on yourself.
Absolutely.
Everyone's playing so scared. They're just running around in groups. Again, it's the typical thing where we're just basically waiting for the next Roche.
Dire's top
If
tower
they were to
is under
catch
attack.
Skem or Yopaj, if they were to catch Yopaj, they could take a tower because they know for 2 minutes there's no buyback, and I doubt Neon would want to force a fight without one of their 2 big carries.
Right. Yeah, that's one of the possibilities there. It's, I guess, again, like you said, just so scary if you do end up losing that engagement and you know that Roche is capable of respawning. It's going to completely fall apart. Play hard,
Skem?
dude.
Dire's
Skem
top
thought out
tower
again, huh?
is under attack.
This guy's crazy.
I know. Is he? Who else has buyback? Who has buyback in this game?
Ember
Miracle
and
just
him
bought
don't.
his. Yeah, Miracle bought Satanic. And Ember's timer anyway.
Ooh.
Phoenix is
Well.
gonna break this.
Oh,
Did
well
he
played.
know?
Yeah, I think he might have.
Well, how? They don't have an obs, do they? I don't see one.
They're really smart, you know?
That looked psychotic. God, how did they just get away with that? It was like the perfect dive where they didn't see him.
Yeah, until he was like already gone. Yeah, that was really
Oh
neat.
my, he's so lucky.
Yeah, that was well done.
He was like a caribou running through an entire pack of wolves. And they just decided not to smell today.
Yeah, he put on his wolf suit. That's what it was.
Oh, yes. I love the famous tale of a caribou in wolf's clothing.
That's a great one. It's
Such
a good album,
good
too.
child tale.
Yes. Fable.
Yes, I love those child tales. Yo, Pash, in here now. 7-second BKB as the Aghanims with the Shiva's card. So he's zipping all over the place, and he definitely will have buyback once he has that time.
Miracle. They find him right at the start, jumped in, but the skewer afterwards, and RP comes out afterwards as well. They're just going to blow him up. Magnus is caught in this one, though. They have, well, the GA and Skem not dying. Oh, no. Oh, no. Hexed again by the Prince's Knife, out of mana, and going to fall afterwards. Sam H also in trouble. They jump onto him, kill him off as well. My goodness gracious, as they're going to run down Yoakum. Nowhere left to go. Wait. Okay, they jump over to the other side because they found the mag. In your dream, silenced, beaten, and dead. Triple kill for Skem. Who needs a buyback anyways?
Oh, after all that, man, what a play. The Guardian Angel, the big save, without even having the Aghanims. Or, yeah, that's truly impressive.
Well, they're going to buy back on everybody but Miracle. And the other problem we've got here is the sheep stick from Grimstroke and then combo that with the Prince's Knife. Like, it's really tough. All Miracle had to do was show one time in the lane and they killed him. But...
Oh, Scam, hello?
Oh, Skewer, long range, toss afterwards. Skem gonna be brought down very, very low, but they don't have Miracle.
Oh,
so it
that's
does
Satanic.
not appear like they have enough. And Satanic living afterwards. They have the Will-O-Wisp, but it does not appear to be enough. Buyback now on the Coddle. Eyes set onto that Will-O-Wisp. They jump in again with Yopaj. In your dream, Invis, look for the Skewer, but the BKB. Ember is going to be able to escape. 20 seconds until Miracle's back up. They might be able to defend this tower.
They can get one more fight, I think.
It's going to be a tough one.
Dire's top
Very
tower
difficult.
is under attack.
But
Dire's top
they might be
tower
able to
is
finally
under
get it with Miracle back. That last engagement that went so terribly, they didn't even get it, but
Oh,
there
here
it
it
is.
They're trying
Skewer,
again.
Toss, jump him in, Skem in some trouble. They do have the chrono available if they want to use it. He actually jumps to the back line. He TP'd out of there, trying to focus down the rest of them. Yopaj jump forward. Silent though, the BKB, and he's disarmed. Miracle not able to do what he needs to. Trying to chase, but they won't be able to catch up to him. Another rupture jump forward completely destroys that
The soul
Phoenix.
bind.
And now another Skewer with the rupture going on. RP afterwards, controlled and dead.
tower.
This time he has buyback.
Now they have Chrono for any potential chase down, but he's just dealing with the throne as they kill the Grim.
Grim will likely fall here. As everybody starting to go down. One last touch and they get the gem to boot. And Roche just now going to respawn.
Oh, daddy. That's something. That could be something. What is it anyway? It is... Oh, Refresher. Boo. That's actually really good for T1. I just, generally the Aghanims are a little more exciting.
And Miracle is going for a Rapier next. That's what he's got queued up. Oh, man.
Okay, if they get Rapier Aegis...
Yeah. Game actually
Well, the problem is
winnable.
there's still an Omni.
It's true.
So they have to kill JG.
Yeah, this was such a good last pick by Neon. Omni Knight's been like the perfect answer, usually when this hero is like awful.
Radiant's courier
It has looked good, but I think it's more so JG. I think that this hero's still kind of questionable.
That's true.
And he's played extremely well.
Well, and in this game, it's better than average. It's not like it's an amazing hero, but he's making it look really good, as you said.
Yeah. And just like the lane setup too, right? Because I think one of the hardest things about that hero right now is just trying to like get him started well. And he just got a 1v1 versus the Faceless Warrior
Okay.
really well, but he's in a little early here.
Danger, danger. They're behind back on Anti-Mage for this too, but Aegis is about to go down. They pop it. The Chrono's down already. He's able to get to the other side. Yopaj living. But now in some more trouble. Skewer has already been used, and well, can they find any more
He
afterwards?
stole it mid-flight, dude.
Are you kidding me?
Ember has it.
What?
Yeah, he
Yo,
stole it
Pesh!
on the jump through. That was
What?
fucking sick.
Oh my god, what a player through the chrono. Okay. And now can they find any more? I mean, this is a problem now. They did get the refresher at the very least on Miracle. Remnant jumps through again. Nothing else to steal there except for the hearts and minds of the people watching at home. As Miracle tries to jump in and kill off Yopash. Not quite going to happen. Root connecting yet again. Mana Void out. Brought down super low. Miracle turns around. Goes for the jump yet again. Aghanim's doing a good amount of work trying to control these heroes, but Scam is on top of him. Miracle got him. Can they do it? Ewell Scepter lift up yet again. Scam, nobody is dying really, but the Hex is there for round 3, and it looks like finally they're going to be able to run him down. Scam beaten into him, takes down Miracle, forces the buyback, and I don't think there's enough left in the tank. As everybody coming back up again, they're tipping the Bloodseeker, appreciating Bloodseeker and looking to finish off this game. Neon, incredibly impressive here as they get the Hex out one more time again, taking it down that Faceless Void. And it looks like that is finally going to be it as they jump in again. Miracle, he's just trying to stop the inevitable there at this point, though.
You keep saying it. Eventually it'll be true.
GG, there he is. It's not going to happen.
All right, I absolutely love how much